The merchant service industry has so much information out there, and I just want to clear up one thing that is incredibly important. It's actually the most important metric that you're going to find is in this entire business. So it is the payment deal cost of acquisition. And your cost of acquisition is essentially your cost of acquiring a client, right? And that's going to include your time, the actual cost of the equipment, possibly if you're covering equipment, or just another host of factors, right? Even your overhead goes into your cost of acquisition. If you get 20 deals per month and you have a $2,000 per month overhead for your office, well, you have to add $100 per deal into that cost of acquisition. How do we really calculate it? What does it really mean? And what about cost of acquisition after fulfillment? And what exactly does that mean? So let's dive into that and let's get figured out exactly what's going to work for you in terms of a cost of acquisition and why companies like SkyTab are going out there and they're saying to a merchant, hey, I'm going to give you $5,000. I'm going to give you a free POS unit and you only do $20,000 a month. Well, how are they going about doing that? So let's just dissect that into a couple different definitive pieces here. So number one is, what is the profitability on the account? When SkyTab is going in and they're saying, I'm going to give you $5,000 and I'm going to give you a free POS unit, so essentially $6,500 worth of asset value, what they're doing is they're saying, okay, I'm going to put them on a 4% cash discount, and there's going to be, say, $150 per month in software as a service fees, where their software might not cost that much, but it comes down to them being able to make their money back, right? So they're looking at this as an ROI over X amount of years. So if you're doing $20,000 a month, they're making 2%. Generally speaking, probably about 2.2% actually on a dual pricing deal at 4%. And then on top of that, they're making another, say, $125 per month profit. Well, they're making $525 off of that every single month. And they're giving you $6,500. So as you can, do the math, they have a 1-year ROI on the entire cost of fulfillment and the entire money that they've given you up front. So that being said, how do they make profitability? What's their true return on investment? Well, these are, 3-year deals, right? So they're going to triple or make 300% in 3 years. Well, if you take $300,000 or $100,000 and you put it in the stock market, you might make 10 to 20%. If you're Warren Buffett, you're going to make 20%. If you're the average Joe who puts your money in the S&P 500 like I do, then you're going to make 10% on the average of over, a long period of time. You're still making a 300% ROI, on that deal after a $6,000 cost of acquisition. So I just want to make sure that you guys understand that cost of acquisition after fulfillment includes a lot of different things, but oftentimes you need to look at it in terms of a math of percentage of annual ROI or over the lifetime of a deal. If you have someone on a deal where you're giving them free equipment, but the cancel fees are $5,000 and they have to pay back all the cancel fees and all these other things, right? And maybe you're even, have them on an equipment leasing program where they're on a 5-year deal and they can't cancel it. You might be in a really good position and it might actually make sense for you to give that equipment away for free. If you're not in a situation like that, if you want to do a month to month, well, and they can just cancel, you need to look at that as an overhead exposure for your cost of acquisition. So guys, make the right decision. If somebody's, if you're up against a company like SkyTab, Shift4 Payments, you might need to give away the house. And it might very well be worth it. Have that conversation with your ISO, run the numbers the way I've laid it out for you here, and you should be in a great position moving forward. Thank you.